Just desperados with no destination, no history, no list of friends, no reputation. Just a wanderlust, casting spells with the wanderlust. Oh, they love to watch us burn, but they would hate to be one of us, cause we are the only thing keeping us warm. But we'll eventually freeze for feeling the heat when we touch, just seeing the breath that we breathe. And we can't replay all these moments once we're resting in peace. There's no second chances for you, there's no resurrection for me. We don't waste time on the things we can't control. Yeah, all my friends are fuck ups. I don't be with fancy folks, putting poison in our bodies. We don't need no antidote. Maybe we just like to do anything we can to cope.
You and me, baby, we're just a couple of stars. One day we're gonna burn out, for now we light up the dark. We could disappear right now, they couldn't tell from afar. They love watching us burn, but they don't know who we are. Supernova. Supernova. Supernova.
If I vanish tomorrow, gone. If I perish tonight, don't dwell on my death. Just cherish my life. Keep climbing as high as you can. Don't be scared of the heights. Do it as big as you can at all costs, my dog. Do not be scared of the price. We burning out twice as fast as the rest. How tragic the mess. Living our lives and laughing to death. We are just galaxies packaged in flesh. Don't know where we'll end up by the end of the night. But I'm not afraid of the end, long as I'm ending it right. Maybe I am just a dreamer, but at least I feel alive. Spend my money when I get it, it won't be there when I die. If I feel it, then I do it. I don't need a reason why. Baby, you and me ain't living, other people just survive.
You and me, baby, we're just a couple of stars. One day we're gonna burn out, for now we light up the dark. We could disappear right now, they couldn't tell from afar. They love watching us burn, but they don't know who we are. Supernova. 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 Supernova.
I just wanna feel something, I don't really care if it hurts, long as it's real and gotta last long. I just wanna feel the wind, even if I gotta fall to feel it, long as it's true. I don't really care what you say, just show up, I don't care if you stay. I just need real right now, I just need real right now. I'm tired of forgiving you, I'm tired of being full of love with nobody to give it to. When I wanna have fun, I get ridiculed. When you wanna have fun, you get rid of rules. Creeping on the low, giving up a damn right for a couple so-sos. Stay stressed out and it's all my fault. With a 6-digit code on your iPhone, with a phone book all full of code names. So many code names, you don't even know names. If I was you, I'd be stressed as well. Couldn't sleep right, wouldn't be resting well. Cause any second now, you might let the wrong thing slip. Explains why you been so anxious. And I'm the one who gotta build you up, half empty. I'm the one who fill your cup. It don't take much to make it right with me. Tell me the truth, not just what I believe. As long as I can still feel you, so I don't care where we go. I just wanna feel something, I don't really care if it hurts, long as it's real and gotta last long. I just wanna feel the wind, even if I gotta fall to feel it, long as it's true. I don't really care what you say, just show up, I don't care if you stay. I just need real right now, I just need real right now. I could pretend that I don't care for you, but what's worse, being hurt or scared to love? I'd rather be wrong than too stubborn to know. Wanna be the same me through the sun and the snow, even if that means I crash and burn. Always put logic last and passion first. If my heart's in it, then it just has to work. If we made it this far, then we passed the worst. I'd rather take a whole no than a half yes. Take failed leaps over half steps. No doubts when we thinking on the past tense. Long as it's all real, I don't care what happens. Half of me wants you to go away. Half of me knows this is just a phase, but as long as I can still feel your soul, I don't care where we go. I just wanna feel something, I don't really care if it hurts. Long as it's real and gotta last long. I just wanna feel the wind, even if I gotta fall to feel it. Long as it's true, I don't really care what you say. Just show up, I don't care if you stay. I just need real right now, I just need real right now. This is not a cry for help, really I'm fine as well. This is me trying to find myself, even if I got a mind of selves. In my mind to remind myself all the times I felt much worse than this, when folks acted so merciless, but looked like friends on the surfaces, disguising with their purposes. This perp I sip, this smoke I blow, these booze I drink, these shrooms I eat, these pills I pop. When I find what I'm searching for, I truly wonder if I will stop. Think I might, probably not. Smile bright as my body rots, with fuzzy vision and spotty thoughts. Hide where nobody watch. Oh, I like the way that I feel right now. Just let me be, just let me be. Oh, I like the way that I feel right now. Just let me breathe, just let me breathe. Oh, I like the way that I feel right now. Just let me be, just let me be. Oh, I like the way that I feel right now. Just let me breathe, just let me breathe. I like the way that I feel, cause lately I just been chasing uphill, trying to get to the top of it in this metropolis. Once had the greatest appeal, now I wanna patiently chill, cool with my girl and pop the occasional pill. Order some wine to the table, but please do not pour it. I wanna break in the seal. Her legs are shaking cause she feel the bass in her heels. The look on her face as she's tasting the meal tells me that I'm gonna get what I want, and she loves how I keep it amazingly real, realer than ever. Floating, I feel like a feather, roll while I listen together. My mama doesn't agree with my choices, but I cannot feel any better. Oh, I like the way that I feel right now. Just let me be, just let me be. Oh, I like the way that I feel right now. Just let me breathe, just let me breathe. Oh, I like the way that I feel right now. Just let me be, just let me be. Oh, I like the way that I feel right now. Just let me breathe, just let me breathe. You don't condone drugs, but don't judge. Sometimes I can't help it. Sometimes it's like everyone need me at once, then I just get selfish. Then my living room all start melting. Let out that stress I held in. I could be wrong by singing these songs, but I think this shit is helping. I've been hell-bent on moving too fast, but the speed helped me slow down. Must've ate at least a pound. I can't explain the peace I found. If it gives you peace of mind, mama, I promise I'm safe with this shit. I'm drinking plenty of water before even thinking of taking a hit. Oh, I like the way that I feel right now. Just let me be, just let me be. Oh, I like the way that I feel right now. Just let me breathe, just let me breathe. Oh, I like the way that I feel right now. Just let me be, just let me be. Oh, I like the way that I feel right now. Just let me breathe, just let me breathe, breathe. Talked to my dad on the phone today. He broke down and apologized. Said he's sorry for the way things got fucked up, and he wished he did a better job. Couldn't see his face, but I could hear his watered eyes. I could hear him loud and clear, wonder what am I? Understand me, I just wanna see him try. But he didn't wanna see us, so he just shut his eyes. Told him don't sweat it, I'm good, I'm fine. Your childhood was no harder than mine. I know he's your dad, but motherfuck my grandpa and the daughters that he victimized in a way that he treated his sons when your brother was alive once upon a time. And I know that you still don't believe in the way that he died. Honestly, neither do I, but we just comply. Nod our head, move on. Brand new city, new wife, new mom. All those days you whooped my ass, those same nights I wished you gone. So I hid in the bathroom and I wrote my first song without a beat. Hid the dirty clothes underneath the crack in the door so you couldn't ever see my feet. Let the water run so you couldn't hear my voice. Hit the notebook so you never ever knew. Song after song, page after page, day after day, writing songs about you. So when you say that you proud of me now, can't explain what that means. We are who we are because of that shit. So no, I don't wanna be
in a perfect world where nothing ever goes wrong. Far, far away from me, no water from the tears. I wonder how they ever go. In a perfect world.
If you were a computer user back in the mid-90s, chances are you were using Windows, because let's be honest, there was really no contest in regards to what the most widely used operating system was. Windows 95 absolutely flew off the shelves when it was released, and by 1996, Microsoft controlled over 80% of desktop computer market share. And if you weren't a part of that percentage, then chances are you were probably a Mac user, the next largest piece of the pie. Or maybe you were a believer in OS/2, the short-lived collab between Microsoft and IBM that ended in a bitter divorce and the ultimate downfall of what was a pretty promising piece of software. But this video is not about OS/2, Windows, or Mac OS, and if you were a computer user back in the mid-90s, chances are you were using Windows, because let's be honest, there was really no contest in regards to what the most widely used operating system was. Windows 95 absolutely flew off the shelves when it was released, and by 1996, Microsoft controlled over 80% of desktop computer market share. And if you weren't a part of that percentage, then chances are you were probably a Mac user, the next largest piece of the pie. Or maybe you were a believer in OS/2, the short-lived collab between Microsoft and IBM that ended in a bitter divorce and the ultimate downfall of what was a pretty promising piece of software. But this video is not about OS/2, Windows, or Mac OS, and it's certainly not about Linux. Yeah, I didn't forget to mention Linux, though I'm sure I'll still get comments about it anyway. Today we're going to be talking about BOS, the largely forgotten operating system from the 1990s. Sponsored by Linode, cloud computing from Akamai. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. So So for the uninitiated, BOS was an operating system developed by the appropriately named B Incorporated and first released in 1995. The company itself was founded by Jean-Louis Gasset, whose name may sound familiar if you're into vintage Mac stuff, because he used to be an executive at Apple until around 1990, and BOS was designed to be vastly different when compared to Windows and Mac OS, while at the same time being similar enough to make switching to the operating system pretty straightforward. What set BOS apart was its major focus on multimedia. The company dubbed it the Media OS in the BOS white paper, where they made a case for a new operating system that was built from the ground up to utilize newer hardware features for digital multimedia, arguing that then modern versions of Windows and Mac OS were built on top of older systems that weren't designed for this type of work, saying that Windows 95 has its roots in DOS, Windows NT in the VAX systems originally designed by DEC, Mac OS in the early ideas of Xerox PARC, and Mach in the labs of Carnegie Mellon, both designed in the late 1970s. So BOS was its own thing. This wasn't a Linux distro, and it wasn't based on any other operating system that already existed, though it is considered by many to be Unix-like. And the cool thing was, both Intel and PowerPC based systems could run this thing, though it was initially only compiled for PowerPC because that's what B based their own hardware around. Yeah, they were a hardware company too, and they produced a really short-lived line of computers known as B boxes, but these were aimed at industry professionals instead of average consumers, and that combined with the ultimate failure of BOS as a whole to grab onto a sizable portion of market share means that these things are extremely difficult to find. But B did try to get their OS bundled with machines from other manufacturers, and they were successful in that, as eventually BOS came bundled with machines from Power Computing and Motorola, who were some of the few companies that had Apple's blessing to produce Mac clones in the 90s. Though it didn't come pre-installed, these were still Mac clones first and foremost, so they ran Mac OS, but users got a BOS disk in the box that they could install on their machine to dual boot with Mac OS, or just wipe the drive and have it as the sole operating system if they so desired. And while this was certainly great for B, it didn't really make much of a difference in terms of increasing BOS's market share, because this was an optional thing that the user had to go out of their way to install, and even if every single user did that, the authorized Mac clone program only lasted for about a year or so before it was killed off. So B knew that if they wanted to have a chance at capturing a significant portion of OS market share, they were going to have to target the largest portion of that market share, of course being Wintel machines. And by 1998, BOS had been ported to x86, but as you can probably expect, the company had a difficult time getting their OS pre-installed on OEM computers. The downfall of BOS could probably have been predicted at a time when Windows was pretty much too big to fail. In fact, and maybe not surprisingly, B accused Microsoft of threatening PC OEMs with higher Windows licensing costs to prevent them from pre-installing BOS on their computers. And I don't mean pre-installed as the only OS, I mean dual booted with Windows. And this is where B was incredibly smart. They knew that due to Windows' extremely high market share, no OEM in their right mind was going to replace it with another OS on their computers, even if they weren't going to get a friendly visit from Microsoft after doing so. Instead, B took the approach of coexisting with Windows. OEMs could get a BOS license and pre-install it on their computers alongside Windows. This way, the massive selection of software and games written for Windows could still run on these computers out of the box, and at the same time, users could easily experience BOS's multimedia capabilities and perhaps even decide to use it as their primary OS of choice. And to entice OEMs to do this, B did not charge them anything to get a BOS license to pre-install on their computers. It was an excellent strategy to increase B's market share, and I think if it actually had worked, it would have certainly made up for the lost royalties that B missed out on. But that didn't happen, and I'm sure you saw that coming, because even though B was in talks with a handful of OEMs, not a single one of them agreed to pre-install BOS on their computers, with the notable exception of Hitachi. They put out a press release in November of 1998 announcing the Flora Prius 330J line of machines that would come dual booted with Windows and BOS. This was accomplished through two ways. The first was a boot manager that would display upon booting up the system, where the user could choose whatever operating system they want to boot into, and the second was an icon placed on the Windows desktop that the user could double click to easily reboot the system into BOS, none of which made Microsoft very happy. And according to a lawsuit that B filed against them, right after Microsoft flew a couple of representatives to Hitachi's headquarters in Japan to remind them of the Windows licensing terms, Hitachi told B that they weren't able to ship machines with a boot manager that allowed booting into another OS besides Windows. And this is a story that I'm sure you've heard many times before because multiple companies accused Microsoft of doing the same thing back in the 90s, which I don't doubt at all. But what's interesting about this case is that Hitachi actually ended up shipping these computers with both Windows and BOS pre-installed. They just removed the custom bootloader. So there was a BOS partition on the hard drive, you just couldn't boot into it unless you had a BOS boot floppy. So for all intents and purposes, these things were Windows boxes, and unless the user went through a tedious process outlined by B on their website to install the boot manager yourself, they were going to stay that way. All of this means that B was technically able to get their OS pre-installed on a single line of Japan-exclusive computers despite Microsoft's best efforts to prevent it, which I think is worthy of some praise. As for that lawsuit I mentioned, Microsoft actually settled out of court with B and agreed to pay them just over $23 million, though they admitted to no wrongdoing. Big surprise, right? But the thing was, by the time B saw any of that money, they were already out of business. Though they did pivot to the internet appliance world for a little while with their BIA operating system, or BIA, however you want to pronounce it. And in an interesting turn of events, they were almost purchased by Apple in the late 90s. But unfortunately for B, Apple ended up buying Next instead, and we all know where the story goes from there. But anyways, that's the history for you. Let's go ahead and switch over to my Windows 98 PC and get this thing installed. Alright, so here we are on the lovely 98 PC, because of course. And the version of BOS we're going to be exploring today is R5, which was the last officially released version of the operating system. And I say officially released because there was a leak of a future version of BOS that happened in around 2001, which was around the time that B was acquired by Palm for around $11 million, which was far less than the $100 million plus that they were offered by Apple. But you know, hindsight is 20/20, as they say. And yeah, I figured we'd take a look at this because this is kind of like BOS's last hurrah, if you don't count Haiku, which is the open source modern implementation of the operating system that we will probably take a look at in a future video. And what's interesting about R5 is, well, there's a couple of things interesting about it. This was split up into two separate releases. You had personal and professional. The professional version was kind of like the main version of BOS that you had to pay for a license, and distribution was actually handled by independent companies that B had partnered with. So for here in North America, that was Gobe Software, and they got to put their logo on the box and everything. So yeah, good for them. But the far more popular version of BOS was the personal edition because this was completely free to download. And I suspect this was done to kind of try and increase B's market share, similar to what they try to do with OEMs. So just like they gave OEMs free licenses for BOS, as a consumer, you could get a free license to the personal edition of BOS R5. And when you would download it from B's website, or one of the mirrors that was hosting it, it wouldn't come in an ISO file or another disk image that you would burn to a CD. No, 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 no. This was a 45 megabyte exe file that you would run from your existing Windows installation. And this was done to, kind of going back to what I said earlier about the OEMs, how they tried to, you know, have BOS run alongside Windows and get it pre-installed that way. This was done so that you could easily install BOS and not affect your existing Windows installation. In fact, this does not mess with your partition table at all. This creates a virtual hard drive that it just stores on your C drive, which means that it's easily installable and easily uninstallable if you decide you want that disk space back. So we're going to go ahead and run this here. And this whole thing really reminds me of Win Linux. That's an operating system we took a look at last year, actually. And it's kind of the same thing going on. It installs from within Windows, and it creates a shortcut in your start menu where you could load into Linux, and it would, you know, exit Windows, load into Linux, and you could try it out. And you could easily uninstall it if you decide you don't want to use it. But anyways, here's the install wizard. We're going to go through it. We're going to hit yes. And it does mention right here, this is very important, about a boot floppy. If you're running 95 or 98, it's recommended that you make a boot floppy, which I actually went ahead and did because for whatever reason I cannot boot into BOS by starting it from within Windows. It doesn't load the operating system entirely, so I have to use a boot floppy here. But, you know, you could, theoretically anyways, just start BOS from within Windows. It would exit Windows, run some DOS commands, and then boot into BOS. On NT and 2000, you can't do that because these are not DOS-based versions of Windows. They're NT-based, so you have to make a boot floppy if you want to use BOS. And it tells you to restart Windows before using it for the first time. So we're going to say next, and here's where you get to choose your destination drive, which is important if you don't want this to be on your primary drive. If you want to kind of set aside a separate hard drive, like for example, you see I only have over 2,000 megabytes of available space, so this 501 megabyte installation is going to take up a lot of that, and most of this, pretty much all of this, is the virtual hard disk file that's 500 megabytes in size. So if you had a really small hard drive or a hard drive that just had a bunch of programs and data on it, you might not be able to install this at all. But we're going to say next, so that's fine for me here. And it tells you can name it whatever, you know, program group you want, and we're going to say yes, install, and there we go. Simple as that. So it asks you if you want to register, which we're not going to do. It's not like we can anyway. And sure, we'll view the README file. So the README file gives you a brief introduction here. It tells you about BOS and, you know, how it differs from Windows. And it also mentions the limitations of the Personal Edition, because there were some limitations, but honestly not really anything significant. The major thing it touches on twice here, there's part 1 and part 2, is the disk space, where it just says like, hey, you know, this is a 500 megabyte file. If you install this on your Windows drive where you've got, you know, a bunch of programs, going to be really limited in space on that drive. The other thing is BOS itself. You know, when you boot into that, it's pretty limited what you can actually install on there. And it also cannot create a swap file. In fact, it just refuses to do so at all because the hard drive is too small. So if you didn't have an adequate amount of RAM to run the operating system, you're going to have a pretty poor experience. I've got half a gig of RAM in here, which is far overkill for this, so I mean that's totally fine. It also talks about the fact that like this isn't a regular Windows program. This will shut down Windows and boot into an entirely different operating system. Oh, and look at that. Unlike most window applications, that's a bit of a typo there. We should go ahead and correct that. Yeah, well, well, thanks Notepad for completely screwing up the formatting when I hit save. But yeah, one of the other things, if we find in here, can we not? I don't think we can actually. Search here. Okay, there it is. Multiprocessor systems. This is important. BOS 5 Personal Edition does not support a computer with multiple processors. I mean, you can still install it on it, but it can't utilize both processors. So you'd have to get the Pro Edition to utilize that. But you know what can utilize multiple processors? The cloud computing services offered by today's video sponsor, Linode. They've got the tools you need to scale and deploy whatever application you're working on. If you want to host a game server, a website, or even a content management system, their Linux-based virtual machines have you covered. And they come equipped with enterprise-level capabilities and predictable, no lock-in pricing, beginning at just $5 per month. And with the wide selection of apps available in their marketplace, it's incredibly easy to get a new server up and running in just a few clicks. Linode was acquired by Akamai a little while ago, and they're already expanding their global network of data centers to accommodate more customers in more places. And you can test drive all of it just by heading over to linode.com/michaelmjd and signing up for an account. And as a thank you for watching this video, you'll receive a $100 free credit that you can spend on any of their cloud computing services for 60 days. So be sure to check them out, and huge thanks again to Linode for making this video possible. The other thing, there are a couple, I keep doing Control F to search, that's not a keyboard shortcut in here. There are a few programs and features that have been removed. And this is basically everything that B would have to pay a royalty for to some other company like Real Player to install Real Player to have it bundled with their OS. So to avoid having to pay that fee for every free download of their personal edition, they just strip all that stuff out. So there's a few things that are not going to be in here, but I mean that's to be expected anyways. So we'll close out of that. And yeah, so here you go. It creates a shortcut on your desktop. This is the start menu folder. So you can create a boot floppy from here, start BOS 5, got the uninstaller. And it also pops a shortcut right in your start menu under, in this case, Sierra Utilities, because I've got Half-Life installed on here. So it pops it right here. You can start BOS 5. And again, it does not work in this case for me. I'm going to pop this diskette in the drive, and we'll go ahead and restart. And which we have to do anyways. It does recommend doing that, not just starting BOS from here. I don't know why it doesn't force you to, or like come up with a prompt that says you should restart your computer like after the installer is done. It doesn't do that for whatever reason. So we're going to restart, and we'll let it boot off of the floppy. So here it is. It actually took me a little while to get this working. One of the issues I had is the graphics card. You see, I had to pull the dedicated GPU out of this thing as I'm using the integrated Intel graphics. Yeah, it turns out there's no driver for this card that I have, and that's to be expected because this card was manufactured in like 03, 04, which B was, you know, long gone by then. So there's the startup sound, pretty cool sounding if I do say so myself. And you can see that the monitor here cannot actually display the resolution, and that's because, well, BOS, well, as I mentioned before, I've got this video signal split between this monitor and my capture device. And BOS has set it to a refresh rate that this monitor cannot display. So if we swap over to my capture feed here, you can see that, you know, everything shows up fine. And here's that virtual memory pop-up that I mentioned. Now, I do love the don't nag button. Instead of like don't ask again, it just says don't nag. So we're going to say that. And we'll just quickly go into our settings, which we have to do by going here. Preferences, we're going to go to display, which is, or it's not display, it's screen. And we're going to change this to 60 Hertz. And apply, and that should bring the video signal back up here. So there we go, we're going to keep those settings. So this is what you get the first time you load into it. It brings up actually the web browser to load a local HTML document. And this is just a little thank you and a README. It tells you to configure some stuff here. Network settings, screen settings, which we just did. Networking, it actually does recognize this card in here. And when you click on this, by the way, it doesn't like open up the program. It brings you to a user's guide here. We can click on networking to go back to the table of contents, and you know it tells you can read through all this. And you got Bmail, Poorman, which is actually the web server basically that you can host on here. Great name, by the way. Net Positive is the name of the web browser, so we can get some info about this if we want to go in here. So yeah, very, you know, very good guide you would definitely want to read through if you were pretty serious about using BOS. But we're just going to kind of explore the thing. The one thing I do want to mention that I found really interesting, so time preferences. Let's go into settings here again. We'll go to preferences. We can actually just click on preferences to open up, kind of like how you can in Mac OS, how you can view all the preferences from the Apple menu, or you can just click on the preferences or the settings, you know, folder sort of to open them up in their own window. So you can do that here as well. And if we go to time, BOS has a bit of a Y2K, or in this case a Y2K10 bug going on, because we cannot set the date to anything past 2010. So if I hit this up arrow here, it goes to 1965. So if I try like 2011, 2023, it just 2010, that's the maximum year. Yeah, but it does recognize, if we go to network, it will recognize our adapter here, and I think it is set up, or it says not configured, so let's go to settings. And we're going to obtain settings automatically with DHCP, make sure it's enabled. We're going to say done, and we'll restart networking. So we'll close out of that, and now when we open up our web browser here, which is again net positive. Love that icon, by the way. And yeah, we could go to, theoldnet.com, because that's pretty much a requirement when we do this sort of thing, and it displays totally fine. So yeah, there it is. Of course, with this browser being super old, it's not going to be able to display, like, even google.com does not display properly whatsoever. So yeah, you're not going to be able to really do any, I mean, you could browse, through the old net, totally fine, but any modern websites, you're not really going to be able to browse through them at all. But I mean, what would you expect? This operating system's from the mid to late 90s. But talking about the interface here, you can kind of see, as I've been opening stuff up, this looks radically different from anything you've probably seen in Windows, Mac OS, or even Linux, the way that the title bars work, because there's not really a title bar at all. You have more of a title tab. So, I've got this preferences window here. Here's the applications. I can open up the home folder. I can open up the personal edition, which is kind of like the hard drive, the root folder of sorts, where you've got apps, demos, BOS, develop, home preferences, some of the stuff we already have open. And the way this is designed to work is to where you can basically layer windows on top of each other. So I could layer the applications window right on top of personal edition. And then what I could do is hold down the shift key, and I can drag this tab to wherever I want on the window. So I could drag it like right here next to Personal Edition, and now I could easily swap between these windows. But these are still separate windows. One of the things where I feel BOS kind of dropped the ball with is it would have been cool if they had, made it to where you could have tabs. Like I could drag this window into this here and have it be two separate tabs in the same window, to where when I move this around, everything moves around that's in this window. And it turns out that Haiku, which is again the modern implementation of BOS, actually does this. So you can drag like a window here into this, and it would just add that as a tab to this existing window. Whatever the application is, whether it's the web browser, the file browser, anything, you can all just make it into a single window, which is super cool. And yeah, funnily enough, this video actually started out as a Haiku video. Then I was like, you know what, I should probably do a BOS video first before I do Haiku. But yeah, that's the way that this works. So we can just, hold shift and drag this back to the far left. You can drag it to the far right if you want. And there's also no minimize button on this title tab here. So you've got a close button over here, and this right here will resize the window to like the size, so basically where it will display everything in one go. So like if this window was resized like this, I could easily just click this to resize it to where I can see everything. You can minimize stuff by just double clicking on the tab, and that actually minimizes it to what's known as the desk bar, which is basically BOS's taskbar sort of thing going on over here. So this is its default position. So I can click tracker here, and I can open up preferences, and there it is. I can close out of it, and tracker will still stay here. This is kind of the file browser. So like if I open up personal edition, if I were to go into the applications listing and open up, let's say, the web browser again, net positive will show up. I can double click on that to minimize it, and there it is. This really gives me a next step feel, just the way that this sidebar over here works. There's no dock or anything like you have in next step, but what you can do is move the desk bar around. So if you were used to Windows and the way that the start menu and taskbar functioned, well, you could just drag this down here to the bottom, and now you've got kind of like a start menu, because you click the BOS menu, you can get to your applications, your preferences, and all of that. If you're a Mac OS user and you're used to the menu bar, you can just drag it to the top, and now you've got kind of an Apple menu over here. And again, you do have your applications that display here. So I'm going to actually leave this down here, because I'm definitely used to Windows. I'm used to always going down to the bottom left to get my list of programs. So we'll view the about info. So, version R.5.0.1 from May 26 of 2000 is when the kernel version was compiled. It gives you a running timer here, how much memory you've got available to you, and the CPU and platform and copyright info and all of that. One thing that BOS had that both Mac OS and Windows did not have at this time is multiple desktops, or workspaces as they're called in here, which is a pretty common name for them. So if we go into preferences here and we open up workspaces, it brings up a little window where we can easily swap between workspaces. What's also kind of neat is each workspace can have a different resolution and refresh rate. So if you see now, this monitor is saying that the video signal is out of range again. Let's say that I want to set this workspace to 1024 by 768 at 60 hertz. So we'll apply that, and now it will display on this monitor. Of course, we'll say keep, and now if I go to workspaces and I swap back to my first one, it will resize back to the 640 by 480 resolution that we were running under that workspace. So that is pretty neat. So if you had like an application that needed to run at a specific resolution, or a specific refresh rate, you could easily just have a separate workspace dedicated for just running that application, and you can run everything else under another workspace. So yeah, there's a little run through of the way that the interface is designed. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the programs. We already explored some of them, but with BOS being a really media-centric OS, you're going to find there's a ton of, well, media-centric programs in here. We're going to start with 3D Mix, and this is something I can't really demo because I don't have any like interface that can hook up to this, but this is a mixing utility that actually displays each track as, if we go to Show Hide Mixer here, it displays each track in like a 3D graph that we got going on here, which is super cool. So like if I add a new track, there it is. I can move it around, I can rename it, though I think we have to do that from the actual track listing here. So I can rename this like, track 1, and there we go. Now if I go back to the mixer, it'll be named track 1. And yeah, so it's like a 3D representation of each track. I was searching around for some sample media that I could use in this just to demo it, and I did come across one site that linked to another site that had some of these files. Unfortunately, the site that it linked to is no longer up, and even though there is an archive of it in the Wayback Machine, the actual download link to the file itself, that has not been archived. There are like 5 of them, and none of them have been archived, so they've just been lost to time, unfortunately. But what we can do is just, I don't know, make a bunch of tracks here, new track, 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 and then we can go to our 3D view here, and yeah, it just it just kind of looks like like a bar like a 3D bar graph, but I just like the way that it represents everything, and you can move it around, you can change your view. I have never really messed around in a program like this. I mean, I've messed around in GarageBand, that's about it. And but yeah, I think this is kind of neat. So yeah, that's a little like non-demo of a 3D Mix there. We've got Bmail. This is the email program. We've got a camera program for importing files from a camera. You've got a CD burner, a CD player as well. So there it is. You can turn this volume down a little bit. Now, BOS, you can see when I double click on another audio file, it doesn't just open it up in the existing player, it opens up another instance of it. BOS was designed to pretty much have multiple multimedia streams going at the same time. So like I can be playing both of these. Like I'll play this, and then I'll play this one. And like that's totally possible. It plays them both at the same time, which of course is going to sound great. This one's like overpowering the other one here. But yeah, that is one thing. Like if you look at demo videos of BOS, they always have like a bunch of stuff going on. They've got like a video playing, an audio file. They got like a bunch of stuff, and that's just to illustrate that like yeah, that's what this OS was capable of. Of course, a lot of it would also depend on what hardware you have. But the point that BOS was trying to make is that with their operating system, it was more able to take advantage of newer hardware features than Windows was at the time, to where it could actually accomplish this, whereas Windows would struggle with it. But I do have some more sample files. If we close out of all this and we mount the Windows hard drive, so if you right click on the desktop, you go to mount, and you see this no-name hard drive right here. This is my Windows drive, which is, again, the drive that the virtual disk file is stored on. So I can go in here, and in the desktop folder, or on my desktop rather, so if we go to C, Windows, and we go to desktop, luckily you can also click on a file and type a name just like you can in Windows to easily find what you're looking for. I've got a folder called BOS stuff. Now in here, I've just copied a bunch of random things. I do have a few like WMV files in here. Once I copied them over, I realized that BOS actually predates the WMV file format. So I mean, I could try to open this up in Media Player and it's not going to open up. So, it just says unable to play. But I've got a MIDI in here. I've got a couple images. is I've got 2 MP3s, and we could just open these up, you know, get party.png, we can get chess.png. These are both wallpapers from Windows 3.0, actually. We can open up, let's see, Acid Jazz. This is a track that I use as background music in a lot of my videos. So we could have that going. We could open up passport.mid as well, have that start going, lower the volume maybe a little bit. And we can open up this other audio track here. And you can see I can have all this going. Of course, it sounds super obnoxious. And one of the cool things too, like with this MIDI player here, if I close out of it, watch what happens. I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit, and then I'm going to close out of it. It doesn't just stop abruptly. It does that nice fade out, and I think it's the same with the media player here. No, it's not the same with the media player. Okay. But yeah, let's go back into our applications here and take a look at some other stuff. A couple other things that I want to highlight. We already took a look at the MIDI player. Poor Man, this is an interestingly named web server program, basically. So I can select, or I can just hit default to create a public HTML in my home folder. I can do that. And now I should be able to, so it's starting up. If I were to hop over to my capture PC and type that IP in my web browser, I can go to it. It's on the web server. It just says that it can't be found because I don't think there's an index.html file in the public HTML folder. So if I go back to here and we go into home and public HTML, okay, yeah, there's nothing in here. So we're going to make a new, actually, can we not make a new file right from here? Yeah, we can't like make a new text document or anything. So we're going to open up, let's go to applications here. We should have a text editor in here of some kind. Styled edit maybe? Yeah, that'll work. So let's just make a really basic HTML page here. Boom, look at that. So yeah, that's pretty nice. You had the ability to host a web server with Poor Man here. Web definitely relates to multimedia, and this was kind of the rise of the web. You know, this was the mid to late 90s. So that was definitely very useful if you wanted to set up a really quick and dirty web server, you know, right from your computer. BOS had that functionality built in. So let's go back here to applications. One thing I do want to demo is Pulse, which is another kind of widget of sorts. This is a CPU usage graph. It actually shows that I have an Intel Pentium 3 at 600 megahertz. That is my processor speed. I've mentioned this before, but this is a 733 megahertz Pentium 3, but because of the motherboard that I'm running, it downclocks it to 600 megahertz. And the motherboard I do not want to change because it is the only original part of this 98 PC. Well, that and the power supply, so I'm trying to keep those original. At least for now. Maybe I'll update it at some point. But yeah, so you kind of have these applications that are sort of widgets that can just kind of stick on your desktop. You can't really resize this, unfortunately, but I could have this here. I could open up workspaces as well. This is another good one to have. I could have that maybe up here. Yeah, so you'll see whenever I launch a program here, like I launch Net Positive here, watch the graph, it'll spike up, and then it'll kind of hover around, you know, 1 to 4 notches or bars there, whatever you want to say. And yeah, oh, you know, I guess I could have just gone to the web server, just, you know, right from here, just, you know, access the files locally, but whatever. So yeah, Net Positive, web browser, MIDI player, media player we took a look at. Magnify is a magnification program. So you can easily just, you know, it makes your mouse into a magnifying glass. You should be able to change the size of this. Oh, you can decrease the window size. Okay, so that's nice. So it's Alt minus and Alt comma. So if we do Alt comma, this should decrease, yeah, like the actual pixel size. So that's controlled with Alt comma and period. And then the window size is Alt plus and minus. So if you want this to be kind of small and you want it to be, you know, maybe you don't need it like that much of a magnification, but you want it maybe like that, and you have it here. And then you can easily get a, you know, a nice little magnified, maybe we got to up that a little bit, and get a good magnified look at whatever your cursor is looking at. So yeah, another sort of widget type program. Now the installer, this here is how you can actually install BOS Personal on a dedicated partition on your drive. So if you really liked BOS and you wanted to use it as your primary system, or if you wanted to dual boot it with Windows but you wanted a larger partition, more than 500 megabytes, you could choose whatever partition you want to install it to here. Of course, it doesn't show anything else because we have to go into the partitioning setup here. Now, I can't format it because it is currently mounted. So if I go up here to unmount, no name, now I should be able to, yeah, I could format it if I want to, which I don't want to do because I would rather keep my Windows 98 installed. And you can see now it shows up here. So yeah, if you wanted to install BOS as your primary operating system on the computer, there was no stopping you from doing that. One of the cool things too is BOS came with sort of an app store called Software Valet. And this would allow you to browse. Of course, none of this is up anymore, but you could browse for software. So you could go to the shop here. It just opens up in Net Positive. I almost forgot the name of the browser again. And then you could manage the software you already have installed, get updates if anything's available. You could go to download. This is your download manager, if you can see what you're currently downloading. You can install if you have like a local copy. Like something on a floppy disk or a CD, you could open the installer through here, and you just open the package file, whatever it might be, and configure. You can choose where you want downloads to be, if you want to use a proxy server, registration, all that good stuff. So yeah, that's definitely a neat addition as well, something that Windows certainly did not have. You also have a TV program if you had a TV tuner built in, which we do not in this case, so it says it can't find a video input. But yeah, you could use a TV tuner. We already took a look at the text editor there. Expander, this is just a, it's called Expandomatic. You can decompress archives, basically. BOS also offered a good amount of customizability if we go into preferences here. So you can, first of all, change the background, which, I mean, you would definitely expect that, right, from really any operating system. You can also change the fonts around if you want, let's see here. This font, oh, that looks lovely. And there's no like apply button if you've noticed that. Everything just kind of takes effect instantly. Now I assume that's the default font for like if we open up this and start typing. Yeah, and you can see that the tab and stuff changes there. You do have a few screensavers in here. You can enable them. You can choose when you want it to run. And we do have a couple modules. I really love this buy now one. Check this out. It just is it's just the flashing buy now. So they really wanted you to buy this. But you do have some cool ones. I mean, you have this one that turns the screen black. I mean, super basic, not that exciting. But you've got like super string here, which, definitely gives me a Windows XP vibe. I feel like I've seen like, this whole line bar graph, not bar graph, just the series of lines moving around. I've definitely seen something like this in Windows XP. You've got lens, which is one that just kind of goes over your desktop. So yeah, there you go. Icons, just random like BOS icons that just appear. You'll see it'll change every time. So there you go. This definitely gives me an After Dark vibe, no doubt. You got your virtual memory settings if we were actually able to create a swap file, which again we cannot because the hard drive is too small. And there's also, if you've noticed in here under demos, we do have a couple of demo applications. One of them is Minesweeper, which just looks like Windows Minesweeper. So, I'm just going to click around like randomly here. Oh my gosh. I'm literally just clicking around. Okay, there we go. I was just clicking around randomly with no rhyme or reason to that. I should not have gotten that many things cleared. But yeah, you got Minesweeper. I think if you go to About here, it just says by Robert Pollock, like, big deal. I love this. It just says like, yeah, big deal, guy. You made Minesweeper. Who the heck cares? You've got a font demo, which is basically, it's like a real-time, like, you can type stuff in, change the font, move it all around. Oh, look at that. You can change the spacing, the kerning. Oh, yeah, we want that outline. Oh, yeah, check that out, dude. That's incredible. So, yeah. And you can cycle fonts, too, where it's... Oh, that's awesome. So, yeah, you can have this just going in the background. Maybe can we actually type out? Yeah, we can. Look at that, as it's still changing fonts. We can have that running. Why don't we open up GLT pot? So we can have this going. You can see we got a frame counter here. So that's going in the background. And we also have chart in here, which is a demo in the form of like a space travel simulator, maybe is the best word. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like the flying windows screensaver, just with stars instead of flying windows. So I can set this to like fast motion, draw bitmap, and there you go. And we can, add some colors here. We can add all of these. We can add some comments Novas. So there you go. And you're going to set it to auto demo as well, which just kind of like moves around, which, yeah, this could definitely function as a screensaver as well if you really wanted to, but they just have it in here as a demo. So if we hit escape, it should, or click, yeah, we click to get out of it. And yeah, again, all this is running at the same time. You see, we're not losing any frames here. We're at a solid 60 frames per second. And you can see our CPU is like maxed out. But, you know, it can handle all of this. And again, of course, because I know people will say, well, that's because of your hardware. Yes, obviously. But, you know, this is something that BOS was designed to do. It was designed to be able to handle multiple video and audio streams and just have all this stuff running at the same time with... you know, pretty decent performance, especially if you're running this on like B-Box hardware or a machine with dual processors. Like, you'd be able to do pretty well. You'd be able to handle a lot. This operating system was definitely ahead of its time, and it honestly sucks that it had the fate that it did. But the good news is, thanks to the Haiku project, the spirit of BOS lives on in the modern day. And honestly, if you want to try out BOS, just get Haiku. It's much easier to work with. It can be installed on modern hardware, so you're going to have a much easier time getting that up and running. So, yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, this video was originally going to be a video on Haiku, and then like halfway through writing the intro script, I was like, you know, it would make sense for me to actually talk about BOS, because I was already going into a bunch of like history about it. So, yeah, I definitely still want to do a video on Haiku, and if you guys want to see that, be sure to let me know. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, get subscribed, all that good stuff. And if you really enjoyed this video, and if you want to get early access to my future episodes, I do have a Patreon down below that you can check out. But either way, I just want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
Hello. So Snake is a game that I've always loved, but I've always thought it lacked something. Where's the danger? Where's the fear? Where's the real life consequences? You eat an apple and nothing happens. Your snake gets a bit longer. Boo, boring. So let's get brainstorming. Let's jazz it up. Okay, so here's my idea. What if it's Snake, but it's played on the desktop? Yeah, okay, I see. You're not loving that. You're not loving that. What about Snake, but it's played on the desktop, and when it eats a file, it deletes it?
You're right. Get the
all right, whoa, okay, whoa, sorry. All right, well, what about Snake, but it's played on the desktop, and when it eats a file, it deletes it, and what if they are System32 files? Oh my god, what are you doing? Stop that. Is that a yes? Do they like it? Nah, stop! Okay, so for people who don't know, System32 files are the core operating system files for Windows. Basically, they are the files that your computer needs to be a computer. Without System32 files, your computer is just a bad frisbee. So with that said, welcome to teaching children how to make a wait, hold on, wrong slide, sorry. Making Snake, but when it eats, it deletes System32 files. Okay, let's get started. All right, so how do we turn the desktop into a game of Snake? Well, if you just like drag around the apps and icons and shit like this, it kind of looks like Snake. I mean, right, kinda. But if I keep this up, I'm gonna have to change my name to RSI Bullet. So let's write code to do the dragging and shit. All right, let's start simple. Let's just drag this guy over to like here. Oh, what happened? Oh, I missed. Okay, that's my bad. Oh, yes! Yes! I'm the best programmer ever! Yeah! Alright, so ready? Hold on to your cuck chairs. We are about to ramp this shit up. Are you ready for 2 apps? Ah, fucking PowerPoint. You're a shit app anyway. Are you ready for 2 apps? Alright, up until this point, I've just been like fucking eyeballing the position of these apps. But if we figure out how many pixels wide and tall the apps are, then we can figure out the grid that the apps are on, and then I can just be like, click and drag from this grid to this grid, which should be a lot easier. Alright, so let's give it some space. This should be our snake up here. These 4 in the top left, that's our snake. Alright, ready? Yeah, yes! Okay, that's Snake! We did it! That's Snake! It's that easy. Now if we just store a list of snake positions, then when we move, we update all those positions, then we have achieved Snake, I think. Yes! It's working! It's beautiful! Oh, no! What's going? What the fuck is that? Please, just let me go. Let me go. And this bad boy will even work on longer snakes. Hey, there we go. Looks pretty cool. Now the trick is to go around the apps. Here we go. Beautiful. And then left. Yes. And then we should go up. And then we should go up. Oh, no, not again. I can't use my mouse. No. Oh, what's up? Oh, they're all going in the folder. Oh, my God. Here we go. I am so overstimulated. What the fuck is happening? God, if only I was a better programmer, this shit wouldn't happen. Why is there a weird... This video is sponsored by Boot.dev. Welcome to Boot.dev, baby. Boot.dev is like crack, but instead of making you fight a raccoon in a strip club, it just makes you really good at programming. There's no way they're gonna let me keep that in the sponsor read. Basically, they take learning to code and gamify the shit out of it. You've got XP, levels, achievements, quests, and there's even a leaderboard that shows who's the top dog. They can teach you about Python, SQL, JavaScript, Go, TypeScript, C, or basically all the bangers. And they make the whole process fun and gamey and gives you that sweet, sweet dopamine. Look at this, I was playing around with it, then decided to pop a potion, which increases XP for an hour, and then locked the fuck in. And look at me go, I didn't need to do this. My sponsor obligations were already met by this point, but I was determined to get on top of that leaderboard. Patrick, I'm coming for that ass. Get ready to get Pat wrecked. Woo! And once the hour passed, which just fucking flew by, but I was victorious. Look at this. Absolutely crushed Patrick. That's so embarrassing for him. Also, if you get stuck on a question, there's this AI bear that'll help you out, but you have to pay him in salmon, so you can't just keep spamming questions. I just love it. There's so much to love about this. Anyway, you can use code Bullets to get 25% off your entire first year of the annual plan, or you can scan this bad boy. Oh, can you get him? Can you catch him? He's doing the DVD logo thing. So close to the corner. Okay, sorry. Thank you, Boot.dev. All right, back to the video. Okay, so it seems like our main problem is not being able to control the snake. I think that's fair to say that's the problem. So let's do that. To do this, we just need to have a program listening for when we press the arrow keys and move the snake according to that. I don't know why I felt the need to explain that to you. I'm sure you understand how buttons work. So to test out the controls, I built this little obstacle course. So you just have to go like around and then through, and everything is fucked. What is happening? I didn't run into anything. I did not think, oh, here we fucking go. So dramatic. All right, so I figured out what happened. Here's the problem. Since the arrow keys can also be used to select different apps, if we click and drag a tile and press the arrow keys at the same time, it'll select multiple apps and then drag them both, and then everything is fucked from there. So pretty simple fix. We just need to use WASD instead of the arrow keys. That should be easy. Okay, here we go. Attempt 2. It hasn't completely broken yet, so better than last time. Up. Whoa, right? Ooh, down. God, I'm fucking good at this. Another problem I have is that when the snake gets kind of long, it slows down a lot. Because anytime we want to move, we have to click and drag every single app. A little workaround is instead of moving all the tiles, we technically just have to move the one from the back to the front. I'm not sure which one looks better. This one's definitely faster. I end up using both strategies from here on out. So if you see it switching backwards and forth between them, that's why. Because I'm indecisive and can't tell which one looks better. All right, with this, we're actually pretty much almost done with Snake. But before we're done with Snake, there's one big thing that we're missing. So it's... So the plan for apples is to have all the apples on the right here, and when we need them, we just like drag it into a random spot. All right, let's rip it. It is so fast. All right, nice, it picked it up. Oh wait, are there gaps? Why are there gaps? Oh, that's gonna break everything. There it is, there it is. All right, come on, we got this. Boom, that's one. We're looking good, nothing's fucked so far. No gaps, the snake even got longer. We're doing well. Down, get 2. 2, it's happening. At 3, it's officially snake. That's the rule, At 3, come on. That's snake, we did it. We got snake. All right, let's add some more apples and see what happens. Oh wait, yeah, that's the last one. And now, oh my God, no. It's so fucked. That was supposed to be a little surprise. I did a whole pixel art yay thing. That took me so long. It took me ages. Here, this is what's supposed to look like. Yeah. Fuck this. All right, moving on. Out of curiosity, I did the whole bring the last one to the front method as well to see which one looks better. What do you guys think? I'm actually not sure which one looks better. Also, this one actually, that was what the yay's actually supposed to look like. All right. Okay, now we got all the cute stuff out of the way. Let's get dangerous. so one of the okay, well, there's a lot of problems with this idea, but the first one is how are we going to get the System32 files on the desktop? If I move them to the desktop, they are no longer in System32 anymore, and that's the same as deleting them. And I do want to delete them, but not when the apple appears on the desktop, but when it's eaten. So here's the plan. So pretend this is our System32 folder. We need an apple, so we choose a random file. We make a copy of it and paste it onto the desktop. So far we're safe, nothing's been deleted, we just made a copy. Then we move it to the spot it needs to be on the desktop, like the random spot the apple appears at, and whammy, we got an apple. So now when we snack on that thing, we just need to remember the original file and delete it once it's eaten. And for dramatic effect, but also because I know some of you will be like, it doesn't count as deleting it because he made a copy. The copy file on the desktop gets overwritten with a file not found image, so it's properly dead. It's a PNG. It's gone. One last thing before we let this fucking gremlin loose on my computer is it's actually not that simple to delete System32 files, because apparently according to Windows, these files are critical to the functioning of the computer or some pussy shit like that. I'm actually not going to go into too much detail about how I did this because that is basically teaching you how to make a virus. But yeah, let's just say I figured it out. I wanted to test it out on a virtual machine before I killed my computer because I really only have one shot at this.
Wi-Fi there and
Oh
we'll
my
have your
god, it's the
PC
devil.
ready
What the
for
fuck is
you.
that?
And if you'd like me to stay quiet, just
Yes, oh my god, yes,
select
I would
the
like that. Please,
microphone
go on,
icon
shut the fuck up. Okay, you know what? Fuck this. This is taking ages. I can't be bothered setting it up. I'm just gonna let Jesus take the wheel and whatever happens, happens.
I ain't a man that you've been.
So this here will be our victim for this evening. It's an old computer I have just like lying around that I don't really use anymore. So perfect for snake food. Recording this on OBS, and I'm recording this actually on an external camera because I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. All right, the only thing left to do is run it. Okay, let's go. Okay, we're on. What do we have? Fax, printer. What is that? Okay, wait, pause. I have a pause. I want to know what I'm deleting. Fax printer installer. Okay. They can have that. Honestly, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about the fax printer installer. All right, that could fuck right off. Ready? Oh, hello. Oh. All right, it's gone, I think. Oh, it's gone. It's actually gone. Okay, all right. Fuck. What do we got next? We got X Wizard. Extensible Wizard's host process. That looks important. All right. I knew what I was getting myself into. Come on. Oh. Gone. What did that even do? I have no idea. Accessibly the on-screen keyboard. We're gonna delete the on-screen keyboard. Before we delete it, let's use it one last time. On-screen keyboard. Goodbye. I loved you. All right, play. Ugh. It's gone. On-screen keyboard, my boy, are you okay? Just a system file. Oh, this is just a shortcut, but it's a shortcut to nothing because it fucking gone. We didn't need the on-screen keyboard. Fuck that accessibility shit. What do we got? We got msconfig.exe. Oh, that feels spicy. It's got the admin shit on it. Like fucking big yikes. Okay. I don't want to. I used to like this computer. I don't want to. Okay, let's go for the kill. Go. It's gone. Okay. Are we alive? Yes, I think so. I think we're okay. What is this? It's a PNG. Oh, it's the hearing aid system toast icon.contrast-white.png. Oh, I know that guy. I didn't know they had PNGs in System32. Oh yeah, here she is. Huh. This one's free. I'm not worried about this one at all. If your operating system relies heavily on a PNG to stay alive, then it's a bad operating system. What a free muncher. Boop, gone, poof. Yeah, it was right here. My snake seems to really hate the accessibility stuff. Windows Pickwood acquisition. What does that mean? Okay. You know what? Let's just fucking grip it, rip it. Bye. No idea what that was, but we seem to be still alive. Whoops. A DLL file scares me. I feel like our death is going to be on a DLL file. I don't want to. I'm scared. All right. We're going to go for the kill. Come on. Okay. I'm okay. The calculator? They're taking out the calculator? Excuse me? If I have a button for calculator. I have the calculator open, and then we delete it. Oh, it's gone. Motherfucker just poof. All right. I don't need the Is this next one help.exe? I'm sorry, computer. I'm sorry. I'm like slowly killing it. Now it's asking for help. I'm sorry. msdxxm.oc. That could be anything. That could be fucking anything. Oh! We're still alive. Everything's still alive. Magnify. Oh, it's like the zoom in shit. Yeah, you can have that. I don't care. All right, bye. Yep, it's gone. I'm clicking. It's gone. It's dead. All right, well, files like this that I'm fucking worried about. MSSI IGN 32.dll. I tell you, DLLs are scary. I'm scared. Oh, well, we gotta die sometime, right? Oh! Hello? We good? We okay? We're okay. IP configuration utility. Fuck even is that? IP config utility. You know what? I'm riding off the high of the last one. Let's just get it done. Let's just smoke it. Gone. We don't need it. The bubbles? What the fuck is this? The bubbles screensaver? No! You can't take that from me. The bubbles screensaver? Play it one last time as we salute everyone. I want to see your hands to your forehead. Give the bubble screensaver the send-off he deserves. You were loved. You were loved. You know what? I don't give a fuck about what this one is. After the loss of bubbles, I don't care anymore. Good riddance, bitch. What's next? The fucking task manager? That seems like really essential. That seems like a huge problem. Oh. GG. This is for bubbles. Oh my god, we're still alive. What? That should not be true. We don't... What? There's no task manager anymore. Okay. Control-Shift-Escape does nothing. Okay. It's really gone. That makes this computer pretty unusable, right? You really need task manager. Hold on, shit's getting spicy. Let me stop the OBS recording and start a new... Windows Mobility Center. Is that more accessibility shit? Bye. We're okay? We're okay. Is that tree.com? The fuck could that be? Attributes A. Okay, thank you. Very helpful. Whatever, let's just go for it. Bye, tree.com. Goodbye, my sweet prince. Microsoft Direct 3D OS thunk layer. This got that thunk. I don't need no thunk layer. Okay. Oh, fuck. Wait. Explorer? Oh. Explorer? Windows Explorer. This is dangerous. I think this is GG. Fuck, I don't want to. We had a good run. You and me, all the good times we shared together. Say hi to Bubbles for me. Goodbye. Oh, no. Hello? It's just a mouse. Can I, like, alt tab? Oh, okay. I've still got my program, which threw an error. Well, I can't task manager because that's fucking gone. There's nothing left. The start menu doesn't do anything. Can I turn it off? I can sleep it. Hello? Oh, we're back. No, we're not back. It's still dead. I mean, there's nothing does anything. There's nothing left. Maybe if I had Task Manager, I could do something. What happens if I completely restart it? I'm just gonna hold down the power button. Yep. Okay. It's still fucked. Yeah, it's a brick. It's a fancy mouse displayer now. I can't even alt tab anymore because there's nothing open. Windows tab? Nope. Well, that's it. Thank you for watching. Hello, welcome to the Patreon battle. This is something I put on for my Patreons, so check it out if you want to join. Winner gets some free merch. Yeah, that's the video. Fuck. There goes the old laptop, which was my main computer at some point. But, you know, whatever. It's what it is. It's the cost of doing business, I guess. Yeah, this video was really fun. Let me know if you guys liked it. If you want to see more of me deleting files from System 32, I mean, I don't really have another computer that I could destroy. I guess I could buy a computer just to destroy it. That seems wasteful. But I mean, if you guys like it that much, that is something I would do. Thanks again for watching. Holy shit, that was a quick battle. Congrats to Raptor for real. I'll be in touch. Nice profile pic, by the way. But yeah, that's the video. Later.
Well, hello there, all you beautiful people. Dre here, and welcome back to another wacky life sim. This one is Running with Sledgehammer Simulator. Yep, there's a simulation. Just kidding. This is Water Park Simulator. I just really appreciate the realism of this man running around with his sledgehammer right now. Also, we have to test something. Milan? Oh, I just wait. Oh God. I didn't even get it to do it. All right, well, I think I've answered my question. I think we can essentially turn this game into GTA. So is there cops? Can we actually kill people in this game? I mean, probably not the smartest idea to kill my customers, but I have to find out. Maybe I can loot them. I do need some investment money. All right, looks like we're getting into my park. I'm just bringing some customers in with me. I think I'm supposed to destroy this trash, Lucas. No, Lucas, you're staying. Why are you running? I've never had someone run before. Why are you running? As I'm chasing him with a freaking sledgehammer. Also, welcome to Slip and Die. Sorry for the chaotic intro as per usual. All right, well, as per usual, in typical life sim fashion, why is everything always so dirty? What a mess indeed. I guess we gotta clean that. First of all, this is my pool. Sorry, my water park. Oh, this is sad. This is very, very sad. Okay, destroy building. What building? This is a pool game. Whoa! Where am I? Where am I now? Still not there? Where? All right, not exactly 5 stars. So yeah, we gotta clean now. I guess I went out to the street again. What's Kmart? Hold on. Why is that? You know what? I'm sorry. You're freaking me out, man. What are you doing in over here? You just got colored buttons on your screen. All right. Well, I guess we can buy... Wait, these are locked? Why is your business locked for me? I also have no idea what this is about, but at least there's vegetables here if I need it, I guess. And there's also a poster, evidently. All right. Grab a trash bag. Pick up trash. Why is this such a common thing? The bag is full. I put 5 things in this bag. Oh my God. All right, well, throw it in the thing and continue here. All right, looks really nice here, as you can see. Now we gotta open up the entrance since we got some paper here. Goodbye, paper. What the hell? Even inside is so bad. Building your park. All right, and this is where this game's going to get pretty cool, in my opinion. It seems like the building is actually really impressive. So B to build. We got our rusty old pool. Where do we want this? I guess right there. That's good enough for me. All right, we don't have anything else unlocked yet, so I guess we got a ways to go. Look at that. Imagine going to this great water park right now. All right, I'm assuming I hammer. Yep, okay. Are you going to send me to the street again? No, look, we have a pool. And I guess I'm the first to test it. What is that? Oh, that's a water plug. What is this, like a bath? It's just got a giant plug at the bottom of the pool. All right, so yeah, we'll close it, and then that will fill that up. Looks like we've unlocked our first unlock. How exciting, the rusty diving board. And yeah, as I said, you can totally customize this to however you want, which could get pretty interesting, to say the least. But yeah, we'll do a generic pool for right now. Oh, I just realized I'm a freaking drone. This is brilliant. All right, and evidently that's all you need to open a pool resort. Pool resort? A water park. Can I actually use this? Oh my... What happened to my feet? What was that? Okay, is that going to happen to my customers? Do I need to fix this? Because that was a bit... Okay, and yeah, that's working perfectly. Great, thank you. All right, I guess I should maybe just clean up the place a bit. I feel like, you know, I should at least do that. It's not very hard to do this. All right, we got service access here. I accidentally already started just destroying this. So do I have to go underneath it for real? That'd be really cool, actually. All right, and after that, this is exactly what I expected when I was saying I was going to open a water park. Look at it. It is beautiful. Let's open up this place. Ah, press the big red button. What is that, medical? I don't think we're going to need that. Keep out? No. Oh my God, hello. Pass for 6 hours teen. Do I have to, like, make sure you're a teen? Price 8. Okay. Teen and ticket. Here you go. Here you take the freaking ticket. There you go. This is so cool. Pass for 6 hours. Teen? Oh, come on, man. There's no teens wearing that crap. All right. Well, I guess you're a teen after all. Go have fun. In the sad pool over there. It looks like it is being used quite well. What is she thinking? There were stars. Okay, well, good. I'm glad you're happy, I think. Adult, 6 hours. Here you go. And there you go. I already want customers. This is awful. Ticket cheaters. A guest has sneaked into the park without a valid ticket. You can spot them quite easily. They're missing a bracelet. Okay. It says push them out. I think I'm going to go a little bit deeper than that. All right. Well, who the hell... Is it this person? Yeah, there's no bracelet on you, dude. Thank you. Guests occasionally leave puddles of water. They step out of the pool. Grab your trusty mop and clean them before someone takes a tumble. Why? I think it's much more funny to watch them tumble. Oh, you okay? She fell down the stairs. What's going on with you? Oh, you're the guy I beat up. There, you can stay in the corner, okay? There, that's what happens when you try and get in here without buying a $5 ticket. Is everybody enjoying my pool? This is weird, man. This is a weird water park. I don't even have 1 star yet. That's a bad sign. What do you want me to do over here? Get the map from the tool shed. Where? Oh, mop. Mop. Got it. All right, I guess I have to clean up. Yep, that happened. That actually happened. Okay. All right. Mops have been dealt with. Water has been dealt with. From splash to cash. Swimming's just the beginning. Slides are the real stars of the water park, but not everyone's a thrill seeker. Make sure to check if guests want a slide pass when selling tickets. I don't know if they want a slide pass right now. I don't think that would be a smart investment, if I'm honest. These guys look like trapped animals. Also, why is there trash in there? Who's dropping Guys, $2 for what? I think I gotta get a bag to get that trash out. No space in inventory. Shut up, man. Seriously? So I gotta put this down. No. I want to put it away. I don't want... What the hell do I do? All right, I guess maybe I just use my hands. Is this right? No, seriously. I need space for the bag. So I don't even know how to pick up the trash. You guys are just swimming in trash now, okay? It's just how it's gonna be here. All right, but it's time for a rusty slide. So I do know you can make your own slides later on. Obviously, right now, though, we're starting pretty basic. Can I put it in my neighbor's field? Can I? There's no way. There's no freaking way. Can I actually? Oh, God. Okay, let's see what they think of this one. All right, I'm not even going to try. I just want to see them use it first. All right, so we need loungers, obviously, and toilets, I guess. Kind of be funny to not do toilets to see what happens. Also, where's the water coming from? Oh, wait, I said I wasn't going to do it. All right, I hope somebody actually goes down that. All right, get some lounge chairs. We'll put one right in the corner over here where they can't see anything. Perfect. And then we'll have one blocking this. No, let's not make this park too dumb. Let's have a slide in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, we'll add some lounge chairs down here, I think. What happened? What did you got? You know what? I don't care. I don't care anymore. This park is going to crap already. All right, and we got our washroom as well. Marketing, want more guests, hit the streets with flyers. Okay, yeah, I think we need more guests. Clearly, they're going to want to come here now. I need to see if somebody will do that slide. Oh, we actually have customers. Hold on. Adult for 4 hours. 4 hours, you're going to get nothing done. Do you want a slide pass? Am I supposed to ask you? I don't think so. All right, we got a research point. That's exciting. Slide pass! The senior. Oh, God. The first person going on the slide is a senior. This is a brilliant idea. I hope I have good insurance. All right, senior. Here you go. Here is your ticket. And good luck out there. Another slide pass. Okay. Teen. And this is where we get the flyers as well. Oh, nice. We'll just print those as we're waiting to watch the senior probably die. Did you just poop? What the frig? That is the most pretty little poop, though, if I do say so myself. Yes, are they going? Oh, the teen's going, I think. Why is that so funny to me? Oh my god. It's like it's not going to kill them. It's just going to be a stupid little ride. Oh god, this is great. I'm already really enjoying myself. Let's go throw out some flyers. No space in it. How do I deal with the inventory then? All right, maybe I need to figure this out because I gotta clean this place too. So, did I throw it? Is there a way to throw it? Drop is the answer, kids. Okay, so did I drop it in there? Nope. Okay. Okay, let's just drop it over here. Jesus. All right. Well, screw cleaning the place. I need to go get more people out. So here, sir, you seem like you want to go to an awful water park. So there you go. Promote. So boring. Excuse me. Meh. Wow, these guys are savage. So much fun. There we go. Was that 5 stars? Oh, no, there's no stars yet. It's like, how am I 5 stars already? Slipping. It's chaos already, and there's only 3 people here. Okay, maybe I should clean up. All right, Milan came. Isn't that the guy that was making fun of the place? I gotta get some more flyers out. We gotta get this place popping, man. Quincy, there you go. So much fun. I agree. It's a great park to have fun at. That's for sure. Oh, he's going right now. Look at that. Right over. Beeline to the park. This guy clearly doesn't have a job. All right, I'm starting to run out of people on the streets here. So much fun. Indeed. Okay, this is great. This is actually working. Oh, come on. Invisible walls. My immersion. I want to go to the East Village Finest Deli. Damn it. There we go. All right. And research. Your progress, fuels discovery, gain XP from every action you take. And once you've gathered enough, you'll earn a research point. We've already gotten that. So I guess we got to get a hot dog stand. These people do have to eat after all. Is that a dead person? Oh, I shouldn't go back there. I should not go. I think someone's dead. Someone's dead at my park on day 1. That seems about right. You know what? We're just sticking with the name. Slip and die, baby. Is it the senior? Is he dead? Is he? This is so funny to me. I'm sorry. I gotta take some screenshots to remember this. I'm gonna put this on a postcard. Hey, Milan. Hey. I don't know what to do. I do. Do it. Okay, he's legit dead. What do I do with the dead bodies? Oh, actually, I already know the answer to that. All right, Milan. I hope you paid already. God damn, what do I do? He's dead. Oh. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, because I was very confused there. All right, well, I guess we can still run our business even if we kill people, so that's good to know. That's very good to know. I hope you leave a good review. Thanks for coming. Oh, God. Oh, God. You guys really just don't care about him, do you? Oh, God. Whoa, what the frick? I didn't expect the reverse down the street, if I'm honest. Okay, this is a good game. I'm already totally invested in this. This is the only thing that's going to be going on the channel for the next week or so. Oh, crap. I forgot I had a med kit. Oh, man. I could have saved that guy after all. Uh-oh. Okay. Perfect timing. Look it. I figured it out. All right, coming over. It's okay. You're fine. Thank goodness indeed. Oh, come on. Don't do it. Don't do it. This was a dumb installment. This was an absolutely dumb installment. But if they're young and spry, they don't die. That one died, though, unfortunately. Okay, I think it's time to maybe be a little more serious in this game. I just wanted to see where you could go with this. And clearly you can go to weird places. Look at love how we're on day 1. Think of all the things that have happened day 1 already. Oh, man. All right, so we got some bad reviews here. 13 visitors had injured thought. But at least they weren't injured. It was just a thought of injuries. 12 visitors slipped, though. Wait, slip thought. Wait, though? Thought? Am I having a stroke? So they're thinking about slipping. They're not slipping, though. 10 visitors had tired thought. I don't know. What do you want me to do? Install beds? And 8 visitors had low trash thought. Okay, so there's a lot of thoughts there. All right, and we also earned negative $140 today somehow. I don't know how. I don't even have... Was it because I installed things? Or am I just that bad? Do I have to pay for the dead bodies? I have a lot of questions, obviously, and not many answers. I'm sorry. That's a typical Dre episode, though. All right. Well, evidently, we got to address our issues here. Do I actually live in that tent? Oh, my God. Okay, I guess it checks out. I would very much like to get rid of this. Destroy. We shall be serious about this and move it over here. All right, so that should hopefully solve our dead body issue for the most part. And now we should be totally fine. No other issues here at all. Besides the poop over there, I'm still not grabbing. All right, so what's this? Research table. Okay, yes. I would like to research. I was supposed to research hot dog stand. Looks like that's all I have. Going deeper into this, though, we have walking speed, life ring stand, an old jukebox, resort pools, tips. I love how I need to unlock tips. Lifeguard training. Okay, so we can get lifeguards, luxury slides, ice cream stall. So yeah, this game seems very, very polished. I will say that. It feels fantastic. Well, I guess we're done for day one. Let's go to my bed and call it a day. That was quick. Jeez. I guess there's day two. What the hell's the point of sleeping if it's that fast? Just move on to the next day. Okay, and we'll have our little hot dog stand. I don't know. We're running out of space rapidly here. Let's just put it right in the front lines here. And that should hopefully be something that gives us some profit because, yeah, we need a little bit of that today. Hot dog shortage. Oh, no. It's like 2022 all over again. So that's what the Kmart's for. Kmart. Of course, this is where I buy my hot dogs, right by my posters and everything else. Just a shelf of hot dogs. Yeah, it's only the best for my water park. There we go. Why is this so funny to me? Just why do they gotta be hanging out of the box? You know, it's just funny. Okay, well, restock. Not all guests are equal. That's for sure. All right, so we got special guests. Some loud, some funny, some just plain stinky. Do we need those stink things like trading card sim? So what am I supposed to do with a stinky guy? Like throw him in the pool? Like what do you want me to do? Looks like we do have thieves that we got to worry about, so good to know. No staff. Am I supposed to staff it? Whoa! We got a big boy! Oh, God, it's like... It looks like me. It shakes the whole freaking map. I'm just gonna let him be, you know? Whatever. He's full hoodie and everything. What a mad lad. All right, I need to let people in. That's right. Oh, no, I'm supposed to deal with this guy, right? I guess... I don't know what to do. Okay, I have to go talk to him. Hey. Sir? Sir, big boy. Oh, he's gonna leave me no choice, man. There we go. Okay, so big boy has been dealt with. Let's get some people in here. I gotta sell some damn hot dogs. Oh, God, he's... Okay, I thought he was coming after me. That's so scary. Is he... Okay, leave. Just freaking leave. Oh, come on. I just pressing the button, Melissa. I'm sorry. Okay, slide pass. Clearly, I need to be faster on this. I am very slow. Adult, slide pass. There you go. I am so sorry. I guess I'm going to have to go advertise because we're not getting many customers. Restock required. He pooped. Oh, you big... He ate them all. He ate every freaking hot dog. Dude, I am never going to financially be successful in this game. There's $50 in hot dogs today. All right, let's make sure. Is this one working well? Okay, he tipped. So clearly that's good. All right, so yeah, slides obviously play a big role if they're tipping after every slide. I very much do want to be successful in this game, so now it's time to be serious. Obviously, it was fun screwing around for a little bit, but now it's time to mop up poop. And this does gain us XP, so we can get deeper into it, so yeah. Oh, Jesus. Tried to turn around there. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, I was getting to that part. Hold on. All right, more customers. Just drop that. 18. Slide pass for 4 hours. Ticket. There. Damn it. Panicking. It looks like one of your guests has gotten cold feet on the diving board. Approach the guest and give them encouragement. Sometimes that means a gentle push so they can take the plunge. What a wimp. Sorry, what is going on today, man? I'm trying to... Hold on. This one. No, Rosalita! Take your ticket! Oh, you bastard. I don't got time for this. Get in the freaking pool, Melissa. God. All right, I clearly got to stay here and give out some tickets. Speaking of that, let's give out some flyers. God, I need employees already. I need to deal with the hot dog stand. Yawn, shut up. We got a hot dog boy. All right, add ketchup. Okay, hot dog, ketchup. Here you go. Yeah, $10. Okay, we're definitely gonna profit. I should probably clean that. Yeah, this is awful. All right, clean the poops. Slowly cleaning up here. So much trash in here. It's so gross. I can't get that one. Oh, the trash bag's full. Quincy, you're looking very wet, buddy. Enjoy your soggy hot dog, I guess. This is going to be fun. Where's the trash bin? Oh, good point. I don't have a trash bin yet, guys. I wasn't thinking of that. So sick of this. I can't do anything right, dude. Get me off of it. Oh, I also love that I can just drain the pool whenever I want, so... We can't get out. Wait, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, man, I'm so easily amused. It's insane. Hey, just making sure you're having a good bowel movement in here. Brer. The hell kind of name is that? Stop looking at me. This is weird now. I'm stuck in here, by the way. Please finish. Can't believe I'm saying that. Thank you. You don't need to have a little giggle there. Also, this was not here when we went in there, so that's horrifying. Tutorial completed. Yes, we are half of a star, baby. All right, I cannot keep up. I cannot keep up with everything. This is insane. I'm sure there's people over here. Nope, there's no people that want to come in here. I do not blame them. Oh my god. Okay, I need to get a bag. Because these guys are pooping every time they buy a freaking hot dog. Dude, there's dirt everywhere! I can't keep up! I'm stressing out already. Alright, what do you want? Just an ordinary hot dog? Here, Melissa, frig off. You call this service? No, but this is. There you go. Alright, it's your turn, Quincy. I might have done a thing. Oh my god, everybody's bad here. Hold on. All right, we got a new research point, so that's exciting. I'm gonna just clean up a bit here. Watch out, don't slip. Someone is drowning? Grab a little life ring from the tool shed or nearby lifeguard chair to save them. Missed it, use a med kit injector. Okay, life ring. I shall save you. No space in inventory. Hold on. Sorry. It's okay. How the frig are you drowning in this small pool? You're friggin' welcome. Oh my god. See your head, it was backwards. Oh my god. I don't even have enough hot dogs, guys. I shall be right back. Take your hot dog and leave. Can't believe I bought 3 boxes of hot dogs today. Thank you. All right, hold on. Hot dogs are a popular thing right now. Plain, there you go, buddy. And Evelyn, ketchup. Oh god, what happened? Who drained the pool? I didn't do this. Oh god, guys, stop. Why is it not working? Uh-oh, we got probies. How do I do this? Repair. Okay, there we go. I thought I had to actually go down there. All right, so you guys broke the damn pool. Thanks for doing that. All right, I think we're all good. Guess waited too long for an item. I'm sorry, I was dealing with my only pool being broken. All right, we got meds. I'm gonna get fined if I kill someone again for a second day. There. God, this is stressful. This is very stressful. Where the hell's my mop? I'm sorry. I'm trying to mop the damn thing, dude. Get out of the puddle! Whoa. That was one way to get out. That was cool. I'm jealous. Oh, yes. And there we go. Day 2 is done. Would you look at that? We actually made money. We made $46. I think. But we do have expenses, as well as building fees and everything else. And fines. What did I get fined for? All right. And satisfaction was 49%. I feel like that's a little bit better. So there we go. Definitely at the service.
The 90s is back, baby! Time to grab some Crystal Pepsi on ice, toss a tray of bagel bites into the oven, and kick back and enjoy some cutting-edge virtual reality. No, that's not a joke. Consumer VR is yet another modern trend that owes its popularity, at least in part, to the 90s. It was in our arcades, our theme parks, our movies, TV shows, so of course it made its way into our video games. And okay, yeah, those of you old enough to remember Nintendo's Virtual Boy will probably say that barely counts as VR. And Sega's offering only got as far as a demo at CES before Sega pulled the chute, claiming that it was too realistic for public consumption. But over on the PC side of things, we had numerous options for relatively affordable VR. Virtual IO's eyeglasses, Victor Max's CyberMax, and this, the VFX1 headgear from Forte, which came out disappointingly just 6 days after Christmas in 1994. Now for a disappointing segue to our sponsor.
War Thunder. Experience a detail-packed vehicle combat game with thousands of realistically modeled aircraft, helicopters, tanks, warships, and more. Jump in for free using our link in the video description.
This old tower here runs Windows 95 like an absolute stud, but the thing is, we're not playing full tilt pinball here. So we're gonna bail on nice to haves like a graphical user interface and run our games a little closer to the metal using MS-DOS 7. After navigating to the install directory, which delightfully I was still able to do somehow, I just need to open up setvfx1.exe and, ooh, wow, 3D graphics. I've been told that I'm gonna stay seated for most of this demonstration because otherwise I might throw up on set. Oh.
You can move the ear cups in to have it put on easier. The visor obviously flips up and down. Yeah. The IPD is adjustable just by moving the lenses in and out manually.
Oh.
And then you've got individual focus control as well.
Wow, look at that.
I did find to get the right focus, you did need to have the optics really close to your eye sockets.
Dude, us 90s kids were so much harder. We didn't need like cloth or rubber gaskets on things that sat right next to our eyes. We liked hard plastic.
So you've got it in focus there?
Yeah, I've even got a little bit of 3D effect. It seems like the screen is bulging out towards me, which was the fashion at the time. Conveniently, it doesn't seal very well, so I can just see my keyboard under me.
So go to F3, which is Test VFX1, and this is going to be the headset side.
Oh yeah, look at that. With only a marginal delay.
So the next piece is the Cyberpuck. So it just goes forward and back and then side to side. And then you've got 3 buttons that your fingers kind of align on there.
Oh,
there you go.
Okay. So it rotates and twists.
Yes.
But has no awareness of like a side to side or forward and back movement.
No. Okay. So it will only go to the 90 degrees.
Okay, got it. It's all 90s all the time, baby. Time to play some Quake?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow. This must have been a nightmare. It supports only specific updates for Quake.
Yep. And depending on the application, support was either like an EXE that kind of intercepts things and read as controls, or as rudimentary as just a control map. If you want to click on single player and new game, this will drop you into the intro spot where you actually pick your difficulty by going through one of these hallways. So turning, you tilt to the left and
there
tilt
we
to
go.
the right.
Whoa there, Nelly.
And then you can move forward and back by tilting forward and back. Your top button should be shoot. Your middle button should be change weapon, so you have fire axe, I believe. And your bottom button will be jump. Picking normal may have been ambitious.
Blah, 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 blah. The realism is too much.
The reason it's so real is because Quake was one of the few games we found that actually has stereoscopic 3D, so you should have the 3D effect there.
Dude, I do. I mean, it's not a lot, but oh, what the hell did I walk on?
Rottweiler.
Oh, what the? Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, before this, there was no jump.
You couldn't jump in Doom.
There wasn't really any look up and down either.
Oh yeah, let's go.
That's something that you haven't tried yet. Try looking up and down.
Looking. Whoa, buddy! I didn't know Quake does that.
Normally, that would be like page up and page down on your keyboard.
Whoa, that is extremely nauseating.
Thus the chair.
Wow.
Can you see any of the UI elements on the bottom there at all?
Yeah, I can see everything. 96, 100, 39. Nice. There's a Minecraft creeper. Oh God, looking up and down is like, You know what? The gyro aiming is actually not awful. I must look like an idiot right now, though. This is very carpal tunnel inciting.
Yeah, no, that was one of the things I noticed, especially when I was testing things. Your wrist gets real.
Pow! Pow! Sorry. Especially when you consider, though, like how small a typical screen was in these days. Like this level of immersion.
Oh, it's completely unheard of. A big TV was like 27 inches.
Yeah. How do my eyes look? Because they feel awful.
And that was 5 minutes and 35 seconds.
You know what, though? Everything from the contrast of the displays to the immersiveness to the gyroscopic controls legitimately feels completely next-gen, incredible technology compared to what I would have been playing, with a mouse and keyboard on a tiny CRT. However, I get the feeling that I couldn't have afforded